أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, friends, and welcome to our Safa and Marwa walking meditation, where we will draw inspiration from the reflections of our mother Hajar. May Allah be pleased with her. This meditation is crafted for you to enjoy whilst walking, incorporating movement to allow emotions to be felt and released, with moments to cherish your breath and opportunities to gracefully slow down and pick up your pace. So lace up your walking shoes and let's begin. As you begin your walk, attune to the sensations of your feet on the earth. With each step, recognize the profound grounding and fluid movement bestowed upon you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Take a few moments here to just begin your walk mindfully and taking in your surroundings. And as you walk, begin to deepen your breath. Throughout this meditation, actively try to inhale through your nose and out through your mouth. As you inhale, filling your lungs deliberately, try elongating your inhales, allowing them to be more powerful. While your exhales remain brisk. This rhythmic breathing will naturally invigorate you with oxygen as you walk. As you breathe and walk, stay tethered to the present moment during this meditation. Seize moments for introspection, striving to resist the temptation to check your phone or your messages. This time is solely for you. This walking meditation is inspired by the story at Safa and Marwa. Hajar, may Allah be pleased with her, stands as a pivotal figure in the Quran and Sunnah. She was a woman, a spouse of a prophet, and a mother of a prophet. Contemplate how, at Sai, we honor her memory. She is constantly remembered and commemorated. Not a day goes by when someone does not stand at Safa and Marwa and remember her story. But what unfolds in her narrative, and why is it so profound? Let's begin to explore this account from her lens as you walk. the story unfolds before Hajar's emergence, when Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam journeyed through Egypt with his wife Sarah. This occurred after Ibrahim alayhi salam's ordeal of being thrown into the fire and his rejection by his people. Both of them left their homeland and their loved ones, and they began a new life. While travelling through Egypt, they came to a place with a tyrant pharaoh who claimed attractive women and killed their husbands. Sarah, being a beautiful woman, attracted the pharaoh's attention. When queried about their relationship, Ibrahim alayhi salam said, "She is my sister," not lying, for she was in fact his sister in faith. Thus he was spared, yet Sarah was taken to the palace. What ensued within the palace was a manifestation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's miracle. When confronted by the pharaoh, Sarah implored Allah Jalla Jalaluhu for protection against the tyrant. She made dua that Allah restrain him. As he began to approach her, the pharaoh became paralyzed. Sarah again made dua, asking Allah not to end the pharaoh's life. Miraculously, the pharaoh then regained mobility. This sequence repeated not once but thrice, each time Sarah petitioned for protection, resulting in the pharaoh's paralysis. Sarah would then make dua again, asking Allah to not kill the pharaoh but simply protect her from him. Until finally the pharaoh grasped the lesson. Summoning his guards, he declared, "You brought me a devil. Get rid of her and reward her." The reward was Hajar, a slave girl. Hajar literally translates to, "Here is your reward." The pharaoh instructed her, "Take your reward and your brother and depart." And subhanallah, Sarah smiled, acknowledging Allah's protection from the tyrant and her gift of Hajar. So as Hajar enters the narrative, notice how out of all of the slaves in the palace, Hajar was the one that was chosen. It is later we come to realize what made Hajar so special. It was in fact her unwavering faith. Just as Sarah was truthful in her iman, so would Hajar be. Hajar then leaves with them, and after witnessing their faith, she too becomes a believer, and soon after, she becomes Ibrahim's wife. Witness how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevated her from a palace slave to a prophet's slave to a prophet's wife, which then led to motherhood. They were blessed with Ismail alayhi salam. Despite Ibrahim and Sarah not having children, this was a divine blessing. And as you continue your walk now, either slow your pace or quicken it at this point, and begin to recenter your attention on your breath, inhaling deeply, rejuvenating your being with fresh oxygen as we continue. What came next in the story was Ibrahim alayhi salam's command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to leave Hajar and Ismail in Mecca amidst the barren terrain. At this time the landscape was desolate. The Kaaba stood unbuilt. Its sacred foundation was still there, concealed beneath the sand. Visualize this moment. Ibrahim alayhi salam bids farewell to his beloved wife and his long-awaited and dearly beloved son. He begins to walk away, his heart heavy with sorrow, as Hajar stood there unable to do anything. Recall moments from your own life as you walk. Have you ever experienced the anguish of abandonment by a loved one? Continue to breathe deeply, reflecting on those moments. What emotions surface as you recollect these memories? As you walk, allow the movements to allow your emotions to surface and be felt. Emotions perhaps akin to our mother Hajar's emotions. Moving back to our story, Hajar, like any woman would, queries Ibrahim's decision, asking him why he is leaving. But overwhelmed with emotion, Ibrahim alayhi salam remains silent. And then she asks the well-known question, did Allah command you to do this? Here, everything changes for her. His silent affirmation, he signifies yes. Hajar asserts, Allah is not going to lose his people. She's not worried. She has complete certainty in Allah, absolute trust, and at this point she lets him walk away. Ponder on instances from your own life when you felt forsaken. How might embracing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's decree alter your own perception of your situation? Begin to envision Hajar's conviction. She had immeasurable trust in Allah amidst the most dire of circumstances. And then this marks the moment Hajar shows pure tawakkul. Though she ran from mount to mount in search of water, she only expected goodness from Allah. Confident He would not abandon her, even in her adversity, she never succumbed to despair. She relied solely on Allah, and Allah provided in ways unimaginable. When Hajar looked up, she saw Jibreel, who struck the ground, causing Zamzam to gush forth. The next events are all well known, how the tribe of Jurham discovered her amidst the desert, how she was bestowed with water, and a community that sought refuge with her. But the lesson that we must take away is her certainty in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Begin to connect with this narrative through Hajar's lens. Endure what she endured and witness how Allah exalted her. Her unshakable faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what made her story so extraordinary. This underscores the potency of unwavering faith in Allah. Take a moment to contemplate any tribulations you are facing in your life right now. How might embracing them and trusting in Allah alleviate your burden? At this point in your walk, feel free to seek a quiet spot to ponder. Feel free to pause this video until you find somewhere, or continue your stroll, contemplating this narrative and the emotions that it evokes. What insights can you gain from Hajar and her life? And what actions must you now undertake? As we conclude part 1 of this walking meditation, I invite you to transition to part 2 should you wish to prolong your walk and further your contemplation. Alternatively, you may reserve the second part of this meditation for your next walk.